All right, with that said, I am green jet. Let me know when you're ready.
I am green. I'm ready to go.
All right. Let's go ahead and start taxiing out. Give me one moment. Katasi
You want me to
traffic,
head
Panther
left?
1, flight of 2 F-15s taxiing from Panther's Den to runway 07, Katasi traffic. Let's figure out where you are on the airfield, and then we'll
I
figure
can
out.
head left and go that way.
Nope, just hold on. I'm
We'll
going to
take
taxi
off
by
and
you.
okay.
Yeah, just make a taxi out and make a left.
All right.
All right, so little lessons learned. So like I said, if you were to keep that
Yep.
1111 laser code in, it's not going to track. Your bombs are
Okay.
just going to fly wherever they want to fly. So make sure you get in that laser code. Make sure we get everything set up. Like I said before, I know I'm repeating myself, but make sure we get everything set up before we call green jet. Once we
Yep.
start doing this, go into this phase of the taxiing, you should be ready to go. And we want to take care of all this stuff now before we get into the air because
Right.
it's going to make your job a lot easier putting in coordinates while you're on the ground, getting your lantern pod set up while you're on the ground, as opposed to when you get in the air. Because once you get in the air, you're gonna have to fly, you're gonna have to navigate, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to be flying off of me. So you looking at your UFC, punching in all the codes, changing all this, different things around. I'm just gonna make your life more difficult. One of the terms that we use that I haven't introduced yet is called fence in, and essentially that means arm the aircraft. Fence in means arm the aircraft. Fence out means safe the aircraft. Have you heard
Okay.
that term before?
No.
Okay. The name of the game for us and the B course, we're going to start off with your laser guided bombs, and then we'll transition to JDAMs using the lantern pod. Then we'll go to JDAMs using your air to ground radar and your high resolution map. And then from there, we'll go to dumb bombs and guns, and then we'll transition to air. And once you get done with all your air-to-air tasks, or once you start with your air-to-air tasks, we'll give you the green light to start with your sorties. And then, with your air-to-air, we'll do BBR as well as ACM and BFM. And we'll finish up with air-to-air refueling. That'll probably be the last thing you do before you join the squadron, all right?
Gotcha.
All right, takeoff ready for takeoff.
Ready for takeoff.
Katasi traffic, Eagle 1 flight of 2 F-15s departing runway 07 will be leaving the airspace to the east. Katasi traffic. All right, loadout looks good. Lights on. So far, so good, man. Leads rolling.
Dude, rolling.
Leads airborne, wheels up, flaps up.
Two airborne, wheels up, flaps up.
Roger. Making a slow right turn, 090 for the heading. Katashi traffic, Eagle 1 flight 2 exiting airspace to the east, climbing through 4,000 at this time, switching frequencies, Katashi traffic. Alright, go ahead, dial in steer point 8 Alpha as your first steer.
Roger.
Did you put that waypoint in as steer 8?
No.
What'd you put in as?
I have a target point.
Okay.
Under 3, I think.
We'll go ahead and dial that in as your first
Gotcha.
nav point.
Got about 102 miles.
Yep. Let's go ahead and see if we can close up a bit quicker.
Yep.
I've got to remain in kind of this admin profile until you get closed up. Okay, so with our fence checks, I already spoke to you about what that means. Arm the aircraft, safe the aircraft, fence in, arm, fence out, safe. So the way it'll sound is fence in leads. So for me, when I want the flight to fence in, or my number 2, I'll go fence in, leads, and then I'll give my fuel state. So for example, I'll go 2 fence in, leads 27.8. You'd read back 2's fenced in, and then you'd read your fuel state, 27, whatever, 28.0, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Right. That makes sense?
Yep.
All right. So 2 fence in leads 27.7.
2 fence in, 27.4.
Perfect. Those look like paveways.
I have GB 10 Alpha, or what? Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Are you set?
Yep, 2 set.
Okay. Talk to me about what that brevity term means, set or saddle.
So that means I'm 20 seconds out from my formation position.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now that we are aircraft armed, you should have an air-to-air. We always start out in air-to-air mode, but we've got the aircraft arm. Let's take the aircraft to air-to-ground mode, and let's go ahead and get our lantern pod turned on.
Okay.
Recycle your laser as well if you didn't do so. Just always recycle it. Give it a good one over while you're in the back.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm a little bit high there.
Okay. Make sure on the right-hand side the EXP is set up. The
Yep.
waypoint that you have dialed in, put that in on your number 4 button over the radar. So your lantern pod should be looking directly at the target area. Make sure you have that twos page up somewhere. I don't care if it's at the bottom, the right. Just make sure you always have a twos page up for situational awareness. And how far are we away from the target?
78 miles.
Perfect. Sounds good, man. Real good. All right. So do you have auto lays selected on your lantern pod?
Yep.
All right, perfect. So what we'll do is we'll just fly in here, just like we did in the video. We'll find some targets. I'll let you hit it a couple of times. We'll find a couple of more targets, let you hit those, and then we'll RTB, go over a couple of those maneuvers, and then we'll be RTBing, all right?
Fine.
Now, remember with your laser-guided bombs, you do have a restriction. The laser will only illuminate up to 25,000 feet.
Yep.
Let's get our laser-guided bombs ready. So let's select both sides for the GBU-10 on your air-to-ground armament. So select both, and then go ahead and go step auto nose tail.
Step auto nose tail. Got you.
All right, brother. Now, once we've got that done, the bomb you should see on the 5, 10, number 11 button. It should see that ready box that's highlighted on your left screen. Now we should be going over everything. So let's look at the number 2 button. The number 2 button should say armed. It should say 1688. Your number 3 button should say A lays or auto lays. Your number 4 button should have your lantern pod salute directly to the target. So for me, I've got steer 8 as my target. You said you've got another waypoint, which is fine. Your number 7 button for the EXP should be boxed or highlighted. And last but not least, since we're looking at our targeting pod, and we're going to be doing drops here shortly, your targeting pod should be your sensor of interest.
Yep.
How much time are we going to take to get to your target, to fly over it?
Just under 6 minutes, I think, or time to target. Yeah.
Under 6 minutes? Where are you getting this information from?
I have T-Rail on my HUD.
T-Rail is time to release, so you've so just based off of that, I know you've designated something. So that's not that's time to release the bomb for whatever you designated. That's not how much it's going to take to fly over the target.
So I need time to target.
So time over target, your estimate will be, if you look at your twos page on the bottom right corner, you'll see that target. You'll see the heading it wants you to go to get to that target. It should show you a distance, and then beneath that, it'll give you an estimated time over target.
Gotcha. So that I have 5 minutes, about 20 seconds.
Yep. So again, tell me the difference between time release, the TRL, and time over target.
TRL is going to be when we release the bomb, and time over target is when we fly directly over the target.
All right, perfect. Okay, so as we're getting closer, we are, what, 35 miles-ish away. Now I'm starting to break out targets. Are you seeing kind of hot spots breaking out with your lantern pod?
I do see some, yeah, I do see some highlighted little blobs on there.
Okay, is your lantern pod looking legit? You can adjust it with the contrast and as well as the brightness. Do you know which one? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna turn the contrast up. So I got what appears to be two pretty close to each other.
All right, so I'm pulling back on the throttle here. So let's make a small throttle adjustment. The throttle's coming back just a hair. All right, so slew directly to the steer or the target that you have dialed in again, since you already designated. Slew directly to it, and then from there, you can zoom in, and then as you can see, it's just beneath the runway. So you see that runway, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so look to the right side of the runway. So if you take your targeting pod to the right and up a little bit, you'll see two hot spots. Are you see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so the one closest to the runway, so the hot spot to the left, or the one closest to the runway, I want you to go ahead and designate that and make it your target.
Gotcha.
All right, so from here, I'm going to back off the throttle completely. I want you to continue forward. And I want you to destroy that target.
All right.
You don't have to make too many throttle adjustments. Just set your throttle, plant it, and take your hand off the stick. And then from there, just guide her in.
Yep.
Your next target after that is going to be the target to the right of it. So again, you're targeting the left one. Your next target is going to be to the right. So as soon as you get impact, it'd be a good idea to immediately after impact, not before, so immediately designate that other target. Or you can just keep your designator there, and then once you turn back in, it'll automatically go to that. So you don't have to, you got options to.
One last step on the next pass.
Yes, sir. After you drop, I want you turning right on a 135 and then making a slow left turn.
Okay.
All right, so talk to me about the processes of what you're looking through. So you should be in about 40-ish seconds. Talk to me about what you're looking for to make sure this bomb is going to drop and drop correctly and accurately.
So I've got ready on my air-to-ground armament.
Okay.
I'm looking at the automatic glazing. I got that. All my pippers and everything on the indication that the HUD is good. I'm just adjusting my designation as I get closer. And I have my auto drop ready. I have that bar coming down at 10 seconds. I'm holding weapons release. And I'm going to look for that laser flashing once that bomb drops.
Okay.
So now, there we go. So I have lays flashing now.
Okay, there's your bomb. So bomb's away. Right turn, 135. Once you get rolled onto that 135, all you're going to do is slowly start coming left. Nice and slow and smooth. There we go. Make sure that laser is on it for the last 10 seconds.
Yep.
Oof, very nice. Now, automatically looking at that next target.
Yep. I got
Hit quick designation. Yep. Track outbound 135 now. 135. Let's track outbound. Very nice.
Continue rolling left.
Nope, 135 on the outbound heading. Just stay on 135.
Okay.
Now what we're going to do from here is just like in that video, we're just going to look at the distance from the target using the twos page or using the HUD. And once we get to about 10 miles, I want you to roll them back in, okay?
Okay.
So that'll give us a little bit of distance to get everything set back up. At this time, we've got nothing going on. We're using the blue arrow on the twos page. We know exactly where the target is in correlation to our aircraft. So it's at about 6 o'clock now. We know it's 8 miles plus, 8 miles-ish. We know that we need to turn in on a 310, 312, who gives a shit, heading. All right.
I'm starting that turn.
Yes, sir. Using the heading tape, so just keep coming around, and once the heading tape is showing you that you're lined up, that's when you know you're good.
Yep.
Alright, double checking everything. Arm safe is to arm for your laser. So we're looking at the number 2 button. We're looking at the number 3 auto lays. We should see that target. If we need to redesignate, we can, but I'm not worrying about it too much. Looking at our time to release, and then last but not least, armament page, making sure on our number 11 button we got that ready indication, which we do. So should be good to go, bro. Seconds, you're holding the pico. Remember, roll right roughly 45 degrees and then start coming left as soon as you drop the bomb. All right, bomb away.
Got a heading for me?
Just give it a rough 45 degrees whenever you feel that's about right. That feels good right there. We'll start slowly coming left. Start rolling left, slow left turn, slow left turn. There we go. Bang. All right, roll out 330. Current heading, roll out 330.
Gotcha.
All right, let's fly out 10 miles. 330. We're going to keep that same target information. Off the throttle. Let's keep a nice continuous. You don't have to keep pushing the throttle back and forth. What we're going to do now is we're going to find another target. We're going to designate it. And we're going to do that 2 more times, man. And everything looks good. So do you understand that with that default code setting that you had, the quad 1 for 1111, you understand that would not attract? If you want, I can let you put that in now so you can see. If you feel that that's not correct, you can do a quick demonstration, but or you can just take my word for it.
I got you.
All right, so there's about 10 miles. Let's start rolling in. This time I want you to, we're going to reduce the speed a bit once we get lined up. So I want you to pull the speed back to about 350 and just hold that. That'll give us a little bit more time to find the target, designate the target, and then get you set up to run in on it, all right?
Okay.
All right, so right now the targeting pod should be looking at the departure end of the runway, which is the furthest part of the runway from us. Should be getting rolled out here in a moment. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now I want you to look at midfield to the right. Midfield, so the middle of the airfield, a little bit to the right.
Gotcha.
that first one, and you should see the furthest up target. So the right side of the runway, the furthest
Yep.
one that's up. I want you to hit that one.
Gotcha.
So quick designation to get the computer lined up. Once we get our nose pointed in the right direction, and then we're going back over our checks the same way. Armed, auto lays, aircraft is ready. Holding that pickle. Bomb away. Rough it. Just rough estimate. Right turn 45 degrees. Don't worry about exact heading. Keep coming right. Keep coming right. There you go. Just swagging it. None of that precise math that we were talking about a little earlier. That feels about right there. So let's just make a slow left turn. Just creep it left. Just tilt it left. Come left. There we go. Slow left. Bang. Very nice. All right, track outbound 180. 180 for the heading.
Gotcha.
Really good hit. We're going to do the same thing. It's going to be your last drop. We're going to head out 10 miles and go ahead and start turning back in, brother.
Well, 7 miles away.
Alright, so we see the two explosions. I want you to go up and left on the left side of the runway, the first hot spot you see. So up and left,
Okay.
first hot spot you see. Should be like
I see one, and then I got 3 next to it.
yeah, your call. Any one of those.
Okay.
So when you release the bomb, make sure you call pickle. Or bomb, excuse me,
Okay.
bomb away.
I'm away.
Alright, make that right turn, right turn, right turn 45. Alright, slow left turn, just really slow. Keep coming left. There we go. Nice. Alright, roll out. Alright, look off your right wing, 3 to 4 o'clock, level. You should see me.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and get formed back up, man. Excellent job. Really good job. Okay, field check leads 22.9.
222.8.
Roger. Coming left, heading 270-ish.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go above you.
All right, so let's talk about navigation real quick. Let's take the aircraft back air-to-air mode. Fence out. Fence out leads 22.8.
2 fence out, 22.8.
All right. Anyways, let's talk about nav real quick. Back to air-to-air mode. I'm getting my air-to-air radar set up because we always want to be ready for a air-to-air fight.
Gotcha.
Radar back soy. Getting my twos page. It's already up, but I'm gonna get it put on my other MPD. Anyways, at this point we are done. Mission complete. So now we would need to start navigating back to base. The easiest way to understand this with the Strike Eagle is very simple, right? When you start up the aircraft to drop a waypoint, it's going to be steer Bravo. Steer Bravo will always get you back to base. So go ahead and put steer Bravo in as your waypoint, and let me know when you're there.
Got it.
All right. So how many miles are we from steer Bravo, and how much time should it take for us to get there?
I got 112 for the miles, and I got about 12 minutes for the time to get there.
12 minutes.
Oh, I gotta slow it down. I'm on my high horse right here.
Because I'm showing, I mean, yeah, my speed may be off a little different, but I'm showing about 14 and a half minutes. You're saying you're showing 12 for steer Bravo?
Yeah, I was a little fast.
Okay. So what are you showing now for time?
A little over 14 now.
Okay, perfect. All right, so with that said, we're gonna wrap up your basic aircraft course. Go ahead and go wedge left. Don't worry about acknowledging. I'm gonna talk you through a couple of our maneuvers that we would normally do. So we've already talked about fence checks. Gave a quick fuel check. So fuel checks can be used the same way. I'm kind of going over brevity real quick. We got 100 miles. But yeah, fuel checks can be obviously used just to keep SA. So anybody can call a fuel check. So 2, 3, 4, anybody can call a fuel check. Typically your fence checks are called out by your flight lead. But fuel checks just again help with situational awareness, and that's just, you can either go flight fuel check, and then you can give your number, or for example you can ask for a specific number. So 2 lead fuel check, or lead fuel check, 2's 22 point whatever, who cares. Hopefully all that makes sense. But anyways, let's wrap up basic aircraft training. The first maneuver we're going to talk about is called a hook turn. So a hook turn is used to get aircraft oriented, both the aircraft oriented on a particular threat as quickly as possible without worrying about the formalities of a formation turn. So as we're flying along, let's say right now, out of nowhere, let's say there's been a flanker, or like one of those little MiG-21s that's been flying through the valley. He pops up, and all of a sudden on our RWR, we see that we got a MiG-21 close. What we can do is call a hook turn. Have you ever played football before?
Which football? American football?
Yeah, American football.
No.
Okay. You ever gone fishing before? You ever see like a fishing hook, how it goes forward and then comes back 180 degrees?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's essentially what we're going to be doing with the hook turn. We're going to be flying in one particular direction and then coming back 180 degrees in the other direction. It's going to be coordinated, and your flight lead will call for a hook turn, and it'll be as follows. So what I'll do is say, to lead hook turn reference, and then I'll give a reference heading, or I can go reference 180 degrees. Normally I personally will use a heading, so I'll go reference 090 and then go. On the command of go, you'll go full burner, and you'll make a right 4G turn to get your yourself oriented on the reference heading that I give you, or on the 180 degrees that's called out.
Okay.
So again, real quick, the way this will go is I'll go 2 right hook turn, reference 090, go. On the command of go, we both will simultaneously turn right, full burner, make a 4G turn, and then roll out on 090. Upon rollout, I'll call out leads rolled out 090, and then you'll call out twos rolled out 090.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna have different aircraft performance for the simple fact that I've got 8,000 pounds of ordnance, and you don't have any actually, other than your missiles. So all right. So here we go. This will be our first hook turn. So 2 lead hook turn, reference 090, go. All right, leads rolled out 090.
Rolled out 090.
All right, do you see me? 1 o'clock low?
Yep.
Okay.
Slow it down. I got that drag difference.
Yeah, give it a little throttle, help you out a bit. Okay, there we go. This should be about good. So does that make sense as far as getting oriented quickly?
Yeah.
Like I said, something just pops up. Hey, I need both of us turning now. Hey, 2 lead hook turn, right hook turn, reference 270, go, and then we both will immediately turn. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right, so here we go again. 2 lead left hook turn, reference. So remember, listen to that left or right. Left hook turn, reference 270, go.
Who's rolled out 270?
Leads rolled out 270 as well. Excellent. I'm at your 4 to 5 o'clock high. 4 o'clock high.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're cruising along. A lot of RWR goes batshit. 2 left hook turn, reference 090, go.
So left hook turn, sorry.
All right. Leads rolled out 090.
Who's rolled out 090?
All right, you got me in sight?
Yep, you're 12 o'clock high.
Okay. All right, so that's the hook turn. The next thing we're going to go over is a tack turn, which is any degrees other than 180 degrees. So it could be 160 degrees, it could be 45 degrees, it could be 90 degrees. Normally we'll do tack turns for me personally, I'll do them in 90 degree increments. So it's the exact same thing, right or left, tack turn. I'll give a reference heading. Some guys will say reference 90 degrees right, and then they'll just say go. So the way this will go is I'll go 2 right tack turn, reference 180, and then go, and then same thing, command of go, right turn. Now instead of same 4G pull, same full burner, but instead of rolling all the way to 180 degrees, we're just going to go to the heading that I gave. All right.
Gotcha.
All right. So here we go. You got any questions before we do this?
No, I'm good.
All right. 2 right tack turn, reference 180, go.
2.
Leads rolled out 180.
Who's rolled out 180?
Got me in sights though?
Yep. Behind me. Left side.
Okay.
Take my speed back.
2 right tack turn, reference 270, go.
2.
Leads rolled out 270.
Who's rolled out? 270. Alright, let's see. Alright, got you.
Okay. To left hook turn, reference 090, go.
2.
Leads rolled out 090.
Who's rolled out? 090.
10 o'clock high.
Got you.
To right tack turn, reference 180, go.
2.
Leads rolled out 180.
Who's rolled out? 180.
I just saw you a second ago. I think I'm behind you. Give me a second. I'm going to turn to a 200 just to get off.
Okay.
Okay. I'm at your 4 o'clock level. All right, here we go. 2 right tack turn, reference 270, go.
2.
Leads rolled out 270.
Who's rolled out? 270.
All right, what's our distance from base, brother?
93 miles.
All right, sounds good, man. Let's go ahead and get formed up. You're done with that. Okay, really good start, man. We are direct to base. Really good job. Power's back to about 91, 92%-ish. I'll bring the throttle back a bit more. Let's get high 80s. You still with me?
Yep. Closing in slowly.
Spin the throttle back just a bit more. Do you have any questions about anything we've gone over or done today at all?
So, okay, with the transponder with mode 1 and mode 3, what is the function of putting in those numbers?
What's the how to put them in, or what's their usage?
Their usage.
So mode 1 will tell, it's going to tell AWACS the type of, it's either type aircraft or the type of mission that we're on, one of those two. I believe it's the type of mission. And mode 3 is going to tell AWACS who we are specifically.
Okay.
And I'll show you that for a debrief, but each call sign is assigned a mode 3 number. And with that mode 3 code, when our AWACS controllers are up, they can identify who we are without talking to us, just by typically, because what will happen is the radar will sweep our aircraft. The AWACS radar will sweep the aircraft. It'll sweep our transponder. So one, it'll get the information about the mode 1 info that we gave you, which is either the type aircraft or the type mission. And then the mode 3, based on the codes that we have put in, will tell AWACS who we are specifically, because again, each call sign is assigned a specific mode 3 code.
Gotcha.
Hopefully all that makes sense. I'm not sounding like a fucking idiot. Katashi traffic. Eagle 1 flight of 2 F-15s, roughly 50 miles to the east, inbound for the overhead runway 25. Full stop, Katashi traffic. What about the air-to-ground stuff? Did you have any questions about that? Did it all make sense?
No, I'm all good on that.
You say you're not good on that?
I said I'm all good on that.
All good on that, okay. Alright, so to finish off the training, we're going to do is an overhead pattern. We did this the last time you flew, I believe. So you should be roughly familiar. Again, we're going to get down to about 1,500 feet. And we'll know we're at 1,500 feet because the radar altitude will come on the right side, just to the right of the barometric altitude that we're showing. And then from there, we'll hold altitude. We want to be between 300 and 350 knots. And then we're going to fly down the runway. Initial for the overhead is anywhere between 3 to 5 miles, so we'll call it initial. And then from there, we'll just fly over the runway. Once I get over the runway, I'm going to count to 5. Your lead will break over the runway. You'll count to 5. You'll stay flying down the runway, count to 5, and then you'll break to follow your flight lead. All right?
Gotcha.
Katasi traffic, Eagle 1, flight of 2 F-15s, roughly 25 miles to the southeast, inbound to runway 25, overhead, full stop, Katasi traffic. Alright, airspeed is coming back, pulling the throttle pretty much all the way back at this point. And coming down and left. Throttle slowly coming forward. Just a hair. I think the last time we did a right brake, correct?
I believe so.
Alright, so this time we'll do a left brake. 2 switch sides, go.
Sure. Two set.
2, roger. Alright, so we're pretty much flying down the runway now. Runway's off of our nose. We're bringing the power. Power is all the way back, rather. All we're doing is a gradual descent and trying. There we go. Radar altimeter just came on, so I'm going to level the aircraft. And I am just slowly bringing in the power. I see that airspeed coming down a little bit quicker than I'd like. So we're looking good, man. Now remember, initial is between what mileage?
Maybe 3 to 5, I believe.
Yep, perfect. So we just came up on 5 miles, so I'm going to call initial. Katasi traffic, Eagle 1 flighted to initial runway 25, Katasi traffic. Go ahead and close it up as much as you can, as quick as you can.
Gotcha.
Alright, I should be braking here in the next 5 seconds. Remember, you're going to carry through on runway heading, and then you'll count to 5 and do the same. Alright, here we go. Left brake leads into brake. I'm going to roll out on a 070.
Gotcha.
Alright, speed's beneath 250. I'm on about a 270 here. Alright, gear and flaps are coming down. Just made sure the gears, everything's beneath 250. Alright, checked. Everything's in the green. Gear and flaps are down. I'm on about a 070. Looking back at the runway, this is looking good. Altitude's a little low. Got to retrim the aircraft. You got me in sights though?
No, I'm blind right now.
Okay.
I got you at 0.9 in front of me somewhere.
Alright, perfect. Use the tack in. I'm intercepting 45 degrees, so I'm turning base. Eagle 1 flight of 2, left base gear, full stop, runway 25. Look at your 12 o'clock. Yep, I want you to stay on a 070. You should be on a 070. You shouldn't be turning base behind me.
Gotcha.
Alright, you see me just pass right in front of you?
Yeah, I've got you now.
Alright, so you're going to stretch out behind me, and then you're going to turn base.
Okay.
So you should be turning base about now. I'm going to overshoot, it looks like. Maybe not. Alright, so here we are on final. Double checking gears down. And now all I'm doing is worrying about my airspeed and my altitude. Looking at my flight path vector predominantly. Trying to get this airspeed holding about 200 to 210. And then when I get on final, I'm going to hit the air brake. And then the airspeed's going to go down. So I actually need a little bit slower approach because of the fact I'm heavy. How you looking, buddy? You on final?
Yep.
All right, perfect. All right, air brake's coming out now. Come on down. I am rolled out. I'm not too confident I'm going to get this thing stopped on time. Alright, we should be okay.
Down we go.
Alright, I'm exiting the runway at the end.
Alright.
Let's go and get that air brake down. Really good job, man. Really good flight. So not only are you done with your basic aircraft training, we've got your introduction to laser guided bombs knocked out. So what we'll do is next flight you're gonna have two JDAMs and two laser guided bombs using your lantern pod, and we'll get you signed off on your laser guided bombs, and then you do your introduction to your JDAMs with your lantern pod. All right.
Gotcha.
All right, bro. Let's go ahead and hop off. We'll do a quick debrief and we'll go from there, man.
Okay.
All right, bro.